Well, thanks for taking the time out of your evening to have a quick chat with me. I really appreciate it. Former alumni, Cardiff Met, got the big news a couple of days ago that you're moving to Bala, Everton. Congrats to that for starters. That's great news. Where did that come from?
Yeah, it seems a bit of a random one, but I was potentially going to move home last year, and it didn't quite work out. But when I came home for the summer, I spoke to a few mates of mine around here who also played in the Welsh Prem, and word gets about quite quickly, as I found out. But obviously, as I finished my studies this year, I was planning on moving home just to save a bit of money from the backdraft of uni. And then, I spoke with a few clubs around Mid Wales area, and I just felt Bala was probably a good move for me. From what I got from the manager, he said it was pretty similar to Cardiff Met, that it's quite a communal club that everyone gets on outside of the football club as well as on the pitch as well. So I thought, if I was going to make the transition, which I knew this day was going to come, I just thought Bala was a good match for me.
Yeah. And what other clubs were you in talks with then, apart from Bala?
There was a few from the North Wales area. I spoke to, I won't give names, but maybe 4 or 5 clubs around the area of me. Within, to be fair, around Mid Wales, there's 5 or 6 that are in 30-mile radius from me, which isn't too bad. So I had a few options. Again, Bala's not too far; it's about half an hour from me. So. But yeah, about 5 or 6. I'll give you that.
Okay. No, that's fine. And what did Christian say that you're leaving?
It was a tough chat. Obviously, me and Swanee or Christian, we built a really strong bond over the 5 years I was down there. Even if I did mess up a few times in my first year with going out and trying to balance the uni social life with the football. But that was something that. We had the conversation, and it was so hard. I wanted it to be a 2-minute calling over, but we went through a few memories, and he was telling me what I've done for Cardiff Met, and I was just saying how he's made me grow as a person as well as a player. It sounds cliche, but honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I really mean that, because it's been such a mad development for me on and off the pitch, and he has been a big factor of my growth.
Yeah, well, we'll speak about your memories in a little while, but let's touch on Christian. He's probably made you the player you are today, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to lie. I came to uni. I was playing up in North Wales, overweight, and I thought I come to uni, and I didn't even know.
See, I remember playing against you when we were younger.
Yeah, that's it, for Newcastle Emlyn. Yeah.
And to be fair, you've done a fantastic. Like, I've literally gave it up, but you've literally took in your stride, and you've lived.
Yeah, it's definitely that, and he's been so influential in my growth. But when I first came to you, I didn't even know they had a team, a Saturday League team. I spoke to one of my cousins who came to Cardiff Met, and they said they had this Bucks thing on a Wednesday, and I went to the trials, and I spoke to my housemate the first year. It was £2 for trials, and I didn't have the money on me, so I thought, I'm just going to leave it. I probably won't even do it. And then he lent me £2, and he said, "You still owe me that £2 from first year when we went to the trials," which is quite a funny moment, but. Yeah, I mean, I think I was a little bit hungover on the day of the trials, but it was fun. It was good, and he had a little chat with me afterwards, and he knew the team that I was playing for back home. And then we had a conversation about potentially transferring from my club on a Saturday to Cardiff Met, which, like I said, I didn't even know existed. And then 5 years down the line, we've achieved some amazing things.
Yeah, and as I said, we'll go to memories, but what's it like being a student athlete?
It's one of the best experiences, because you get both ends of it. Do you know what I mean? You have your social life that you have to balance, you have your uni work that you have to balance, and obviously the football was a big commitment and a big part of the uni. It gives you a routine, it keeps you in line, it keeps you like fit and healthy. Yeah, it was a good experience, and when you turn up on a Wednesday, all the football boys in their kit together, it's a real nice feeling to be part of a club as well as a class by day when you're a student.
Yeah, and what was it like learning from the senior guys in the squad when you first started? So Brad, Emlyn, Elliot. Like, what was that like?
It's always tough going into a new changing rooms with a new bunch of people, and everyone will say exactly the same. It's just a warm feeling. Charlie Corsby was probably the most senior player, who again played a massive part in my development. He was actually one of my lecturers in my first year, and then ended up doing my dissertation with him in my third year. So in the morning we'd be talking about coaching and management and whatever else, and then by night we were training together, and we just kind of switched off from that viewpoint, and then when we're in the football, we'd be on that. But senior players in whatever team you play in, and especially in Cardiff Met, they play a massive role, because you see them day in, day out, as well as playing and training with them as well.
Yeah, as well as the players that you've learned from Christian. What's the main thing he's taught you since being here?
It's a great question, because I learned so much from him. But I'd say discipline on and off the pitch. And he might even say that I probably didn't pick that up towards the end, because the amount of yellow cards I was getting across the season wasn't great. But it's his discipline in work hard and you'll get your rewards. It's your discipline in getting your work done. He would always talk about do well in your football, do well in your work, and he would marry the academic side and the student side together. Discipline in your timings, getting your essay in on time, being on training on time. And that was just a key something that just stood out to me throughout my time. And obviously I could go on about the technical side, the tactical side that he's learned me, but it's more of the human side, which he taught me, that helps in your football, but also as a person as well.
Yes, he's made you a well-rounded
yeah, exactly.
Inside football and out, and inside football, that's come across to the international team as well. You had the call up for Wales C for this year. That's great, fantastic. I bet you were gutted that it didn't go on.
I was gutted. I mean, if I'm honest, I wasn't really expecting it, because it was a new change for me from midfield to a striker. I played there as a youngster, but not really been playing there for the last 5-6 years. And then when he asked me to make that transition, I said, yeah, I'm happy to do it. Like, I'm happy to work hard and what have you. And thankfully, it paid off. I was in work in college, and I was having an awful day, and I just had a phone call off a random number, and I left it, and I thought, I don't really want to answer that. And he left a voicemail, and he said, it's the Wales C manager, can you give me a ring back? And straight away, I'm back on my phone. Yeah, straight back at him. And then, when he told me the news, I was thrilled. But then it's kind of bittersweet, because of obviously the lockdown. The game unfortunately didn't go ahead.
Yeah, and we'll touch base on the lockdown in a sec. But with Cardiff Met, I know it's probably hard for you because you've been there for a few years, let's say. What's your best memories?
You put me on the spot. It's so tough to look past the Europa League. For me, that is a highlight in anyone's career. And like I said, I came to uni to study and just play football on the side. And 5 years down the line, we're playing in the Europa League. Albeit the qualifying range is still involved in such a big competition. So it would be hard to look past that. But do you know what? I think for me, it's more the social side. Like, I've made friends for life there that I'll stay in touch with. I'll always just, give them a phone call every now and then. And you build this relationship from my first year, and over the years, you string together some great times off the pitch. But as well, if you can do that on the pitch, like we've done, we've always achieved a little bit more on the pitch to get to that pinnacle of the Europa League. So I can't look much further past than that.
And that penalty shootout in the Europa that you were in, when
I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
When he scored that penalty.
Yeah. Who, Elliot now?
Yeah, Elliot.
I actually. And I looked through the photos. I'm in none of the photos. And in the celebration, I actually run over to my mum, my dad, and my brother, who were over on the sideline. And I ran to them for some reason. And my nan was there, so I was speaking to her. And there's that one photo that keeps going around. I'm not even in it. So which is a bit of a shame because then, it's all over Twitter, and 1 year on, we see this photo again, and I'm not even in it. But when that went in, I can't describe that feeling. I mean, the summer that I had planned was all cancelled, but again, I'd do anything just to go through that moment again. It was just such a wild experience, and then the bus journey home. Well, yeah,
that's another
crazy
story.
Well, that's a story for another day.
I remember when he scored. It's unheard of.
It is.
It couldn't be written.
No, and the weight on his shoulders. Everyone says about 200k, all this and that, but in any penalty shootout, whether you're down the park with your mates, when you take a penalty, it is nerve-wracking, and he just handled it so well. And if there was anyone to ever take it, it was him.
Fair play to him. Let's touch on the team you actually beat in that game.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you're going to transfer to them. Bala, playing with players such as Henry Jones and big names, Chris Venables. I bet you that's something for you to look forward to as well. Yeah,
it is. As much as it was so hard leaving Cardiff Met. I spoke with Christian and the players and all the staff, friends of the club, and they all understood my decision. That it wasn't always going to last forever because I was going to eventually move home. And Bala, they've got some great players, and we've always had a tough game against them. And they've got some good players like Venables. I think he's won the Golden Boot again this year. I don't know how many times he's won that now. And, when we play against the likes of Henry Jones, and he's always got that little bit of magic as well. So to be then, instead of playing against them, to be playing with them, I'm real looking forward to it. And it's a new challenge, and maybe it's quite a refreshing challenge, but it was a tough decision to come to, but I was happy with it when it was all sorted.
Yeah, and you and Chris up front, but I'm guessing it'll be both international team players coming up against Emlyn and Brad centre backs. Come on, surely
I've had a few messages off them. They said, "Congrats on the move. Can't wait to knock you 10 feet into the stand." I was like, "Fair enough. It's fair enough."
Yeah, no. To be fair, it's going to be I can't wait to watch the first match when you play each other. That's going to be fantastic. Career-wise now, because I know we had a little chat before we went on started recording, and you started working with your dad doing farm and building. Is that just for now, or what's your plans career-wise now, because you finished uni in there?
Yeah, obviously done my teacher training this year, and I think everyone was in the same boat. Jobs at the moment, well, they've always have been few and far between, but even more so now with the whole lockdown. So I've applied for a few jobs in local schools around me. They've gone out, just waiting to hear back from them. So yeah, it's a temporary job farming at the moment. It's the whole reason I left to go to uni in the first place, to get away from it. I'm sure he'll do his best to try and suck me back in, but for now, it's good. It's getting me by, it's keeping me fit and healthy. I'm out and about, and you're working in a family business, so no, it's I'm enjoying it, but it's certainly not a long-term thing.
I was going to say, what's it like working with your dad?
I try and stay out of his way. I do. I was trying to stay out of his way because you have the most stupid arguments ever about petty little things, and within 5 minutes later, it's all smoothed over and it's all good. But no, he's fine. He's good. He's got a good business head, and always learning off him. So it's great.
You're always around people that are quite influential by the sound of it. People in university, in football, like your family. So that's class.
Yeah. I know I just get a bit of a buzz off it. I mean, quite ambitious. So surround yourself with people who, make you want to do a little bit better.
Absolutely, 100%, mate. Let's talk about what hit us late March, coronavirus. Something that we've never seen before, and probably never, ever, ever will in our lifetime again. So where were you when you had that news that in lockdown?
Ooh, I was down in my flat in Cardiff with my housemate, and they said this lockdown could be coming in as of next week. So the placement that I was on, that was all cancelled. The uni lectures, they'd all, they'd slowed down. And my mum actually rang me, and she said do you think you're best off coming home just to see where this lockdown goes? You go in a month's time or whatever time you can go back. And I come home that weekend, and what's it been now? 9-10 weeks. And I moved back home then. And again, you could say that the lockdown made my decision a little bit earlier because I've moved home. I got settled, got back to your home comforts. It's hard to go back, but obviously this whole lockdown thing has been a crazy experience for everyone. Luckily enough, I came home because my flat's not that big down in Cardiff. So
I was going to say, are you glad you moved back for lockdown, or are you a bit disappointed? Not disappointed, a bit gutted that you're still not in Cardiff?
Well, yeah, I would say I'm gutted because it would have been nice to have one last go down in Cardiff, whatever that may be. But to move home, it's so nice. Obviously, been away for the past 5 years, and when we come home for summer, we're only home for a few weeks before pre-season starts. So it was real nice coming home, but I did leave my flatmate on his own, and he has still been in that flat for 9-10 weeks on his own. I do feel bad for him, but it's the way it is.
How are you keeping fit in lockdown? Because that's from previous people I've spoken to, that's one of the, they've either done more fitness or nothing at all.
Yeah, it's one or the other. To be fair, I'm out and about doing 10, 12-hour days on the farm, clocking up the steps and, lugging stuff about, and it's good, but I try and come home and just try and, if I can get 2 or 3 bits of cardio in, whether it's a bike ride, whether it's a walking the dog, a run, I try and get something done. Strava, which has taken off, it's quite a good motivator because you see other people doing it and you think, come on, I've got to keep up. But yeah, just trying to squeeze stuff in and around work. But I'd say my fitness has probably gone a little bit better, just because there's nothing else to do. So you come home and you do it. So yeah, I'd say it's probably slightly increased.
Interesting. I love hearing and see what people are doing and how they're like doing their own thing, etc.
Yeah,
really fascinating. Challenges. That was my next topic. I got nominated for it, the neck, an egg, etc.
The egg. Yeah.
Oh, it was not. I was not in a good way. Have you been nominated for anything?
I have got the video on my phone, but I just have not posted it yet.
Please show us now. Please put you on the spot. Well, go on and get it
right. Okay, let me see what I've got. Yeah, it's not great, but where am I? Videos.
Did you see the one edited with a tea bag?
Oh, very good.
I tried to do it. I was literally there for about an hour and a half trying to do it, and I was like, I give up.
Yeah, it's tough. That's just Elliot in a nutshell, though. Right, let me see what I've got here. Let's just hope I don't get a message off my mum or something whilst I'm showing this, saying tea's ready. This is after a couple of beers, just because the egg wouldn't go down, as you can see from my top, because there is a little bit of a stain on it. I'm smashing that with... that's my nomination bit. Let's just move this on a bit.
You can tell you've had a beer there, Will.
Oh, yeah, I've had a beer there.
Here we go.
I swear to God, that nearly came back up.
That was the way I was. Just like, is it going to come back up? Isn't it?
And it just sits there. And it makes you think how people they drink them for their fitness and whatever. And I think, oh, God, no, not for me.
No, it was my dad that nominated me. I literally messaged him straight away. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I did do it. I just sent him a private one. I was like, I'm not doing it. No chance.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think the majority of men are missing, and some women actually, haircut. I'm not going to take my hat off, but
exactly.
You've got long hair. I don't know if you still have, but how you cope?
It's been a challenge. You know what? My mum's actually a hairdresser. Well, she's an ex-hairdresser. She used to be a hairdresser, so it's ideal. But my hair's gone so long now. I said to her, I don't know if I can trust you to have a go at it. That is hence why I've got the hat on, because I've just come out of the shower and it's so bad. It's so floppy. I'll give it a little bit of dye. Oh yeah, some of the haircuts are. There's meant to be a fade and there's just a step. It's just like skin and then a step into full head of hair.
What was I going to say? How are you staying motivated during these times? Because obviously that's a massive challenge for everyone.
Motivation, obviously, it's like I said about my housemate earlier. If you're on your own in a house, and you can't go out, you can do your one walk, and obviously I know it's eased a little bit, but staying motivated is so tough. But what have I been doing to stay motivated? I think it's just thinking of when this comes, when we get back to the good times, when we can go back out and see our friends, when we can go back on holidays, when the football season starts again. And I just have that in the back of my head as like a long term to look for. And I just take it day by day, and I just try and look at the good things and what we still have. And some of us, people in the cities, they don't have a garden, or they can't go out. Like I'm in the countryside here, and I can go outside, and I can have a fresh air. And obviously I'm working, so I'm keeping myself busy. But motivation, I can see how that is quite low for people, but I just try and keep myself busy, try and keep my mind busy. If I find myself standing still, or just find something to do. Top
man. And you touched on it there, when football comes back. What were you like when the Bundesliga got announced to start back? Because you should have seen my smile.
Buzzing, yeah. I couldn't wait. Yeah, it was. I don't really follow the German league much. I look at the table when it comes up on the TV or whatever, but I find myself trying to watch every game I can. If I'm on a lunch break, I try and see if I can work it in. When I come home, was there a game on last night? Leipzig play last night, or
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think they were on last night. Yeah. So I'm enjoying that. It's good. It's just, I know it's not normal, but it gives a little bit of normality back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love how they've done the fans put the cardboard.
Their faces on the quality. Great.
Excellent. Going out of lockdown, I've got a to-do list of what I want to do when I go out. It's quite
right. Okay, yeah.
Have you got anything like that, or something you want to do when you get out of lockdown?
Haircut is number one. No, haircut first. No, joking. No, I think haircut first. Football, obviously, I'm buzzing for the footy season to come back. You do really miss it when you don't play for so long, and it's even just the social side of it, just seeing all the boys and whatever. Book a holiday. I think I'm going to need a holiday at some point. Other than that, no, not really. Give me some of yours. I want one or two.
So I want to go and play golf. Literally.
Golf, huge.
I really want to go and play golf. I didn't know there's a snowboarding slopes in Cardiff, and I literally only found that out like 2 weeks ago, and that went straight on my list.
Straight on the list.
Yeah. Slopes, so I really want to do that. Obviously, literally do the norm, go and see my family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they were the main ones. Obviously, a haircut, like we've said. Just the normal stuff, like go shopping, like
go for a coffee, go and meet. Yeah, exactly.
That's class. What I was going to say, I think the main thing for you now, surely, with Bala, actually, what's next after Bala? Are you looking for long term, or are you looking to? Well, obviously, you want to increase your career, etc. So, yeah, where do you see yourself after that?
It's a great question, because I'm still young. That I'm 22. But again, the opportunities. You look at Roscoe, and he was 24, and he gets signed up. And I mean, I think he actually really did deserve it. He obviously is a quality player. He himself, I think, as much as he didn't show it, he did work hard. I don't know. I mean, it's such a tough question, because you just don't know what's around the corner. My only aim now is just to look at the season ahead. Obviously, it'd be a fresh start, a new challenge. Try and just score as many goals as I can, get as many good performances under my belt, help the team to try and win something. And that's, I'm just looking no further than getting started with the season, trying to hit the ground running.
That's good. Well, good luck in your future. Good luck against Emily Brad in the centre.
Yeah, I'll need it.
And good luck with the banter that's about probably with the boys in Met. That's going to probably face you after the game and during.
Yeah.
But, now, honestly, good luck and stay safe in lockdown. And I'll catch up with you soon, all right?
You too, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, I will.